All righty. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Liza Conboy. I'm the Business Engagement Manager for the Kent Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us for a special holiday weekend edition of Chamber Chat. And of course, as you can see, I'm joined by Tonya Goodwillie, the owner and creative director of Allegro Performing Arts Academy. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks for being here. I'm excited to have you on. So for the folks that don't know, which I'd be surprised because Allegro is very much a Kent staple at this point, could you tell the audience a little bit about the studio?
Yeah, absolutely. Allegro opened in 1996 in Kent, and I have been the owner and creative director ever since. And we've been at three different locations, two other locations besides our current one. We are on Central Avenue, downtown Kent.
Mhm.
And we have been offering dance and drama and musical theater and tumbling to all ages, all levels for over 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Longer than some of our viewers may have even been alive. So that's
Yes.
impressive.
I like to joke around. I opened it when I was 5. So I'm still very, very young.
Yeah, it's a very impressive accomplishment for a
Right.
5-year-old.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. So, when folks might ask about, why open a studio, can you talk a little bit about, your mission and your kind of your goals as a director?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up dancing. I've been through private studios just like my students. And, I wanted to be a dancer, and I
Mhm.
really just fell in love with teaching at a young age. I started teaching when I was 16. I was hired
Mhm.
by my studio's owner to teach younger classes and beginning classes, and I just fell in love with teaching.
Yeah.
So when Allegro opened, I did not plan to open a dance studio at 19 years old, but it was something I couldn't say no to. It was
Yeah.
a really great opportunity that was handed to me. And I think a lot of times life happens that way, that you're presented with something and it's not what you were planning on, but it's meant to be. It's meant to
Yeah.
be. And so I said yes. And the idea of Allegro really came from my experiences, to take the positive of what I experienced. And also, my mom was a parent of a dancer, so she had a lot of
Mhm.
input on what was really great through our experiences growing up. But also, making sure we got rid of the negatives, to
Yeah.
take a mental note of what do I not want to be as a teacher? What do I not want to be as an owner? And how do I really want to make the best of everything and eliminate, the negatives that I had personally experienced? So that was the basis of, Allegro being built and grown and born, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
And it's still a foundation that's really important to me. Of course, we've evolved a lot over 26 years, and our
Mhm.
mission, even though it stays very stable, to provide a very nurturing, family safe environment for dancers of all ages. I should say performers of all ages and levels.
Mhm.
We have dancers that go on to be professional and they're working in the industry. One of them was just here in town performing at the weekend concert. So that was really
Mhm.
exciting. One's touring with Lady Gaga right now. So we have a lot of like dancers doing some amazing things.
Yeah.
And that's great if, there our quality training takes them there. But we know that not all of our students are going to be professional dancers, and that's not necessarily our mission. That's not our goal. If that's what they want, we want to support them in that.
Right.
But we want to be a positive influence in their lives, and we want to give them foundation. We say dance education is life education.
Yeah.
And you could insert the word art there. Art education is life education as well. So that's really important to us, and I think that's something, even though we've morphed and evolved over the years, that's something that's going to remain consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm such a fan of that, of that perspective and of that sort of mindset, because that sort of education, the kind that you get outside of, the normal classroom, after school at the studio is that really goes a long way. And I'm sure that, you are creating core memories for the kids that you work with.
I hope so. And I hope they're positive core memories, right?
Yes.
Where like we want to
Yes.
really set them up for success and have them have wonderful positive memories from the studio.
Yeah. Well, just based on the performances that I've seen, it seems like you're accomplishing that.
I
Which
hope so. Thank you. I appreciate that.
if as me speaking to the audience, if you haven't seen some of these kids and performers, do their thing quite yet, you need to. It is mind blowing. I am not that sort of I don't have that kind of talent. I'm sure I could if I come see you, but but it is really, really fun to watch. They're amazing.
We're pretty proud of them. They're amazing kids, not just amazing dancers. And dance tends to create wonderful multitaskers. They're really great at planning and balancing out their schedules. They usually have really amazing grades at school. Just the hand-eye coordination and everything that dance and movement does for your brain. They're just really wonderful young people. But I think when you mention the quality of the dancers that you see at performances, sometimes that also goes against us, because we have, teenagers will see the amazing dancers performing and they're like, oh, I can't do that. And, and my answer is, well, of course you can't do that yet. Right. Of course.
Yet
is the key word, because, I think the message is always, it's never too late to start dancing. So teenagers or adults, if it's something that you want to do, it's so fun as an adult. I don't love the treadmill. Right. I'd much rather go and take a dance class, and it's good for your brain too, as well, the patterns and the memory and stuff. So we really want to make sure everybody knows that dance can be for everybody. And when you see, our dancers that, are pre-professional and they're pretty amazing and maybe intimidating, like, oh, I can't do that yet. Just know that we have classes for your level too. We have, it's called like a level 1 senior, and that's for teen and adults that have never had experience to come in. So, dance is really for everyone. I really believe that.
Yeah. I like that. I love that philosophy. It makes me want to come take a class.
I think you should.
Yeah. So with that, then I know you gave a quick overview, but could you talk a little bit about the types of classes that you guys offer?
Absolutely. We have almost everything. If you've ever seen the show So You Think You Can Dance, that is kind of us in a nutshell. We don't offer ballroom. There's a really wonderful ballroom studio in Auburn that we love, and we will hire their teachers just to come work with our team dancers. But we'll do ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, contemporary, hip hop. We also have tumbling and drama, musical theater. We have stretch and strength classes to work on flexibility and injury prevention. Really a little bit of everything. We have a pretty strong youth program that's called Movers and Groovers, and it's for ages 1 to 7. And it's brain based, so it's really kind of helping to establish their foundation and motor skills. Just as a young child, the things that you can learn in a creative class like that is really important. And so we really have something for everybody, and we put a lot of care and thought into our syllabus and what we're teaching our students.
That sounds wonderful. Do you have a favorite, a favorite class to teach, but then also just a favorite, as a performer?
Ooh, I'm so bad with favorites, because even like my favorite color changes all the time, right? So I grew up doing everything. So I'm one of those, kids that was super versatile, was curious about everything. I took Irish step dancing when I was younger. I, did African in college, and just love learning about all different types of movement. So it is important for versatility when we're training our team dancers and the pre-professionals. We want them to also have that foundation. I teach a lot of tap, and I have a special little place in my heart for tap.
Yeah.
But that being said, I love the versatility of teaching a wide variety of things. Like I love going in and teaching the 3 and 4-year-olds, especially after I've had a long night of teenagers or, it's nice to have that variety, and they just bring a different energy. I really found my love for ballet in college. So, I don't do it anymore. I can definitely teach it. It's not something that, I do in my spare time anymore, but I really love everything. I find all movement amazing and beautiful in its own right. So I know that's not the perfect answer of like, this
No,
is
not at
my
all.
favorite, but yeah, I really love teaching everything and love all types of dance. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of versatility, because then then your students leave with all these skills, and that they can translate to whatever path they
Absolutely.
choose to take, right?
Yeah, and not all the genres kind of, not kind of, they do support each other. They supplement each other.
Right.
So the musicality you learn in tap really will help you in your contemporary and your hip hop and your jazz. I mean, every other genre, and vice versa. They all really give to each other and make a more well-rounded dancer overall.
Yeah, yeah, that's impressive, because I've learned something new today, because I hadn't really thought about that aspect, that they really build on each other. So that's
Yep.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
definitely.
definitely it behooves the students to take a little bit of everything, if that's the case, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
That's
Yep.
so cool. So then,
Mhm.
as a business owner, that's we like to kind of talk about doing business and what that's like for all of our members, because it always kind of looks different depending on the industry and just everybody as a person. So
Right.
I'm curious about some of your accomplishments that you've had, especially over the last couple of years. Um, as a studio, even as an individual, but then some obstacles as well.
Ooh.
Big one. I know, not an easy one either.
Well, there's a really big one, an obvious one that, yeah, I mean, I think just getting through this pandemic as a business owner has been a huge accomplishment. I know there are dance studios that did not make it through, and that breaks my heart that we have less studios that are in this area, but that's a huge accomplishment, and I'm really proud of our staff for just changing it up and trying new things and finding new ways to make things happen. Teaching
Mhm.
on Zoom was not that fun.
Right.
Nobody really liked it, but keeping our students engaged, and we found a lot of fun ways to do things. Like, I think it was December 2020, we were dancing with Santa on screen. We had Santa at
Oh
the
my
studio, and
goodness.
kids were, oh man. Right. So finding new ways that, we did bedtime stories, and just to connect with
Oh,
our kids, because we knew that it was a really tough time for everybody.
yeah,
So that, I think that's a really major accomplishment that
it
is
is.
more recent. That's like on the top of my brain. I think just being around for 26 years, I'm really proud of that. And, going through, tough times, recessions and Boeing layoffs and things like that. I think
Yeah,
our resiliency is something that I'm really proud of. There's been a lot of ups and downs that way. As a business owner, owning my own building has
yeah,
been a really huge accomplishment as well. That was the reason for the third and final, mind you. I never want to move again.
yeah.
The third and final move. Yeah, and I love being part of the community. The Kent Chamber and the Downtown Partnership, and for a while, I was so dedicated to the business and so focused on getting the business functioning really well early on, that I didn't really have time, and I didn't really put in the effort to do anything outside of Allegro. And,
Mhm.
that's definitely changed over the years. So I love, the support as well, but being involved in the community. And I was a Kent Arts Commissioner for quite a while.
Oh,
For over 10 years. So that was really a
cool.
wonderful part of being part of the community too. So,
Yeah,
I hope that answers your questions. I mean, I've really kind of kept to myself in Allegro and just put all my energy and everything into the business. The business has gotten plenty of awards here and there. And, I think the business itself is probably my biggest accomplishment, in summary.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and it shows that the time and dedication. It really shows, and that really just backs up my earlier statement that you guys are a staple, really. So, um,
Thank you.
so then my other question, you made me think of something when you say awards. Are you guys in competition season right now, or when is that generally?
We're getting ready. It's competition season, although it's for our neck of the woods in the Pacific Northwest, it's usually January through May.
Okay.
Southern states have a little bit different competition season based on when the competitions travel to us. So we're getting ready for it. We had auditions mid-July. The dancers, it starts like right away. They went to nationals early July. Auditions were like a week later. And then we had our, we call them choreography weeks. So they're all in August, and they learned most of their group choreography in August. And then classes start next September 6th, next Tuesday. And then we're back. Yeah. And then we're like rehearsing and getting ready. And our first time that those pieces are on stage are in January. We have what we call the Burn in the Floor showcase, where it's our kind of a practice run for us to get everything out there. But really an exciting day for all the students and the families to, get the costumes and the pieces on stage and get ready for competition. So even though competition season feels a little ways away, we are prepping for it. And, it's a year-long commitment. It really is. They have breaks, and we encourage them to take their breaks, but it's a year-long thing.
Yeah, no kidding. No days off.
Well, we want them to. We want their bodies and brains to heal. So we definitely suggest the days off. But I tell you, the teachers and directors feel that.
Yeah, no kidding. But I mean, that's great. That consistency, I'm sure, is really, really helpful. And we will definitely be there in January. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And then, so the nationals were in July. How did that go?
It was pretty amazing. There's a lot of national competitions to choose from now. It's pretty saturated. And we like to challenge ourselves. We like to go to where the best of the best are. So we went to what's called Velocity Dance Competition. Really impressive studios go. They have a title program where the dancers compete their solos, and over, I want to say, almost 800 students were part of the title program. Wow. And at the regionals, you have to be selected for the title program. So out of the regional people, these are the 800 that were actually selected. So it's the best of the best that actually decided to go to nationals and compete their solos. And there's 5 categories. There's like mini and junior and teen. I missed one. Mini, junior, intermediate, teen, and senior. And we had out of each category, we had a dancer in each top 5. Many of them were the first runner-up. We had 3 girls in each category get first runner-up, and then our senior boy, Jonah, won the senior title. Yeah, and he's off to Pace University now in their commercial dance program, and he's going to do big things. But it was really exciting, and our group numbers did fabulous. They have a big kind of a dance off at the end, and our seniors got 4th. Really amazing pieces. And I'm trying to remember what our teens got. I think our teens got 6th with their ballet piece.
Nice.
I think we were the only ballet piece of the whole final night gala. So that was a big deal for us to have a ballet piece in that show too. So
definitely sets you apart in a good way,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So it was great. And I think the best thing about nationals is the dancers coming away motivated, and the teachers. We come back like inspired and, ready to do it again, and ready to prep and, go back even stronger. So we're excited about that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And it's a good, good sort of, you're in a good trajectory for next month or next competition season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so exciting. Well, I can't wait for January. Hopefully, we'll be able to come see you guys and watch, and be envious of the skill. So then the other thought that I had is that we recently talked about having an event at your studio, which we're very excited about. And I'm sure, all of the folks watching will hear about it closer to fall, but we're going to have a DEI focused luncheon at the studio again, like we did last year.
Yep.
So I'm curious about, the why behind that, and why, if you are, of course, a member of our DEI committee. For those of you who don't know, it's the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee within the Chamber. Why is that something that's important to you?
Well, you said it best that, we are a staple in the community, and I want to be present, and I want to be part of the community. And we have a fairly large, beautiful building, that is sitting there, especially the daytime. There's a lot going on in the daytime. And I want to be able to give back to the community and provide a way for, the chamber to gather. And I feel really passionate about DEI as well. So that kind of the two things go together. We are working really hard on DEI at the studio. There's a lot of things that we've made improvements on through the years when it comes to different textured hair, and wearing pink tights. Historically, pink tights is made to make people look whiter on stage. So, we are not using the term nude or skin tone. Nope, sorry. I said it right the first time. Nude. We're not using the term like nude tights or nude colored tan jazz shoes. Tan jazz shoes is another one. We're using, we're saying skin toned and allowing people to find the tights that they feel the best matches their skin tone, and the shoes that matches their skin tone. Also being very inclusive when it comes to pronouns and genders, and just really trying to make a safe space for all of our students, all the different people that walk through our doors. We had a kind of going backwards a little bit, we had a large accident at the studio in December where a van drove through my lobby. And we're finally kind of to the end of the construction. But my point of this is that it went into one of the rooms and it took down this awning that when you first walk through. And it used to say something like inspire, dance, and believe, 3 inspirational words. So I took this as an opportunity to change that. And it has, you belong here. You are welcome. You are enough. And on one side, it has like different rainbow colors. And on the other side, it has different skin tone colors. And it's, a good way to show our efforts in what we're trying to do. And right when people walk in, that's what they see. So, I feel really passionate about DEI, especially when it comes to my students and making them feel welcome and important. And if I can be a part of the committee and be present and helpful. I haven't been able to go to a few meetings this summer. But I'm still there. I'm still there. I'm not leaving. And be able to, have the studio be available for our committee and for reaching out to other chamber members. I'm all about it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being a part of it, and and your efforts, really do go a long way, and the feeling that your students are included and are accepted within those walls is really meaningful. I'm sure I can't speak for all the students, but I'm sure that really means something to them. So
I really hope so.
So I appreciated the effort, whether whether the kids are aware of it or not, but it's your effort is there, it's being noticed.
Well, and sometimes when you're working with kids, I should say most of the times, what you are doing doesn't pay off right away. You're doing it out of good intentions, and that you're helping with their foundation, and later on they'll look back and go, wow, I see. And that happens all the time. We have alumni reach out and say wonderful, beautiful things, and so we don't look for the payoff right away. We know that we're kind of planting those seeds. So I hope that they see the intentions at some point and they see what we're trying to do.
Yeah I like that. I love it's just, it gives me such a warm fuzzy feeling, so I just love it. So that is all that I have for you. But are there, is there anything, new and exciting going on, or anything you'd like to plug, or, the stage is yours?
Yeah, sure. We are starting classes next Tuesday on September 6th. And, for anyone that maybe is seeing this later on in September or October, we register all throughout the whole year. So just because you don't get to sign up in September, if you were busy, a lot of the times parents will wait a few weeks to get the kids in school and settled. So you can come and start classes at any time. We have a dance venture class that's for 5 to 7-year-olds that they aren't really sure what they want to take. So they can come and have a little adventure with us and try the different styles. It's a Saturday morning intro class. It's just 5 weeks. we are seeing more and more adults that want to dance. And
Mhm.
so we do have an adult hip hop class that just opened. It's on Wednesday nights, and a lot of adults will take the Friday Jazz One Senior, as well as I think it's a Wednesday Tap One Senior. So just kind of a plug that adults, this can be something for you too. We need self-care. We need to take care of ourselves,
Mhm.
and give ourselves this time to have fun and enjoy. And like I
Mhm.
said, it's so much better than walking or running on the treadmill.
Yes, I second that. I second that.
Yeah, and just that dance is for everyone. It's really a wonderful place to be, and I don't want anyone to ever feel like it's not for them.
Yeah. Well, that is a wonderful closing. I can't add anything better than that. So, yeah, there is a phone number and a website that you all, of course, can see at the bottom of your screen if you wanted to learn more about what Allegro is up to. And with that, thank you so much, Tonya, for joining us. And I
Thank
hope
you
you
so
all
much
have
for
a
having me.
thank you, and hopefully you all have a wonderful long weekend, restful, and do something fun. Hopefully there'll be some sunshine.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.